Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're going to do our first unboxing of our suite of products that we received from Google. We're going to take a look at the Google Pixel 3. Let's do the unboxing. Let's check it out. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Pixel line, Google actually launched two versions of the Google Pixel. You have the Google Pixel 3 and the Google Pixel 3 XL. We will have an unboxing video of the 3 XL as well. Now, this is the white version. It's 64 gig of RAM, and it has a 5.5-inch screen. And while that's pretty big, nowadays it seems really small with all the larger screen sizes, especially what we're going to see from the Google Pixel 3 XL. Now, this is an unlocked version. It works across all carriers, so you can just slap a SIM in this. And also, this is going to work with the Project Fi, if that's something that you'd like to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this. We're going to see what's inside. We'll start her up and just give you an initial review of the Google Pixel 3. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available. All right, so we'll go ahead and break the seal and see how this opens up. Oh, there's another seal right here. Take that out of the way. And there we have it. So here we have our phone. Put this over to the side. We also then have, looks like some miscellaneous information. User guide stuff, SIM ejector, and then some miscellaneous information which we'll put to the side. Has its charging brick, and here we have our brick, and it looks like it's USB-C on both sides. I'll pop that out so we can see that. Matches the color of the phone. Headphones. That's nice. Alright, so you have some nice headphones, USB-C headphones. Also, this is really keeping in, I would say, in style with the Google Buds that we had reviewed as well. So here you see that it has that looping adjustment for each one of the earpieces. Works really well. So we'll put that over to the side as well. We have our USB-C, double USB-C cable. Audio dongle for those of you who are interested in something like that. And then here is a converter. So we have a standard standard USB-C to standard USB. So that's really nice that they included it as well. Now in the box you're going to again find headphone jacks, SIM ejector, power brick, your phone, USB-C audio, USB to USB-C, USB-C cable. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at this phone. Love the way they have this wrapped up. Alright, so here is our phone. We'll go over some of the specs in a couple minutes, but this is just going to give you kind of a look of what the phone looks like. Let's go ahead and power this boy up and see what the startup process is like. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start up the phone. Press the side button. Now, one of the things that you'll notice about the Pixel 3 is that it does not have the notch. When we do the unboxing for the XL, what you'll notice is that it will have the notch on the top. But this does have dual firing speakers. Screen looks really good. At this point, I'm not seeing any issues with the screen. Very bright, vibrant, good color. But you'll notice that there is a band on the top and the bottom, so it's not a very full screen, but still it's a very nice size screen. We're going to go ahead and hit start so we can go through this process. We can either insert our SIM or we can do a SIM-free setup. So this is something that's really interesting. The Google Fi project allows you to set up these phones, the Google Pixel phones, without a SIM card. So while you can actually have a SIM for a T-Mobile, an AT&T, or Verizon for this phone, you could actually go SIM-free as well. Now, in order to do the SIM-free installation, one thing that these phones is they have an eSIM. So you saw this just recently. Apple talked about it, but actually eSIMs have been out for quite some time. Samsung, I believe, is one of the first phones to launch eSIM technology, but it was actually in their smartwatches. So this has an eSIM and also supports another SIM. So in essence, it's almost a dual SIM device. So let's go ahead and hit skip, and we'll go ahead and connect it to our Wi-Fi. Alright, so now that we have it connected to the Wi-Fi, it's going to go through the check to see if there's an update available. We'll let it go through that process. And the next thing we're going to have to do is most likely register our email. All right, so now we did get the option to copy the information from our other phone. We're going to start with the fresh install so you can see what this looks like. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to key in our Gmail as well as our password and then continue with the install. All right, so now that we've satisfied putting in our Gmail account, we're going to go ahead to the terms and conditions, hit accept, additional legal terms, accept. The next thing we're going to do is unlock our Pixel. We're going to do it with a finger imprint if you'd like, or we can do that later. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. We'll do that later. I can use a pin for unlock. I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to skip anyway. And the next thing right here is I'm going to continue my setup, so I can go ahead and set up my Google Assistant. We're going to hit continue. So now what we're going to do is just hit more, turning on that piece, access your assistant with voice match. Go ahead and agree. And now what I'm going to do is just go through the verbal commands for each one of these. Now, one feature that we saw with the previous Google Pixel was the ability to squeeze the phone in order to access the Google Assistant. So this is something that you can do. Let's go ahead and try it. And you saw that came up. What you can do now is calibrate how hard you want to squeeze. If you want to squeeze hard or light. So we'll go ahead and press that. So that was good. We're going to do this one more time. And we're set. Okay, now the next thing we can do is set up the Google Play platform. Very similar to Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, but using NFC. We'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit later, so we'll hit next. Always on display. This is great. This is a feature that I really like with Samsung. Glad to see that that's now included in the Pixel line. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Just makes it really easy so that you can see, the time on your phone without having to turn it on, especially if you're in meetings. So it gets annoying when you start, turning on your phone to see the time. I like being able to glance over and just see it. So a couple things that you can set up here. You can set up a Gmail account, change the text file size, work with wallpaper, discover songs with now playing, and then review additional apps. We're just going to go ahead and skip, and we're going to let it complete its setup, and we're saying we're all set. And that's it. That's our Google Pixel 3. All right, so now let's take a closer look and see, what you're going to find on the phone from default. Now, given that this is a Google phone, it's going to be very basic. It's going to be free of bloatware. So if we just swipe up from here, you'll notice that here are the apps. We saw this kind of set up in the previous Pixel, so not much has changed here. So you have all of these apps that are showing up here, and then these are all your apps. That's pretty much it. So again, you may have missed it. Let's go right here. Notice your first row of apps. Here are all your apps. And again, some of these are just shortcuts, right? So you'll see that the rest is right here. So this is a bloatware-free phone. And the great thing about the Pixel line is that you're going to get, again, the most frequent updates directly from Google with no wait. So guys, that concludes our unboxing of the Google Pixel 3. We do have the unboxing for the Google Pixel 3 XL. Check in the comment area or watch that link that popped up if you're interested in that. We're going to do tips, tricks. We're going to do a comparison between the two. We're going to do camera comparisons. We're going to compare it to the Samsung Galaxy Note. We're going to compare this to the iPhone XS, and then we'll do comparisons with the X Max with the XL. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.